What's going on, YouTube? Reverend Saint back again with another video for you guys today. And finally, I'm getting this Infinite Warfare video up for you guys. I've already recorded this once, but I accidentally deleted the commentary because I am an idiot, I guess. So I have to redo this for you guys. But nonetheless, it's going to be just as good, I think. So basically what I'm going to do in this video is give you guys like my impressions of Infinite Warfare, because I did get to play it at CoD XP last weekend. I actually really enjoyed it. I had to play it twice. I played it the first time and I did not have such a good experience, and I'll tell you guys about that here in a second. But the second time I played it, I had a really good experience, so I'll let you guys in on how I did that. Now, this gameplay is from Mr. Prestigious Key. He was kind enough to let me use it and borrow it for this video, so if you guys have not, which I'd be surprised if you have not, go to his channel and check him out. But I did have to sign an NDA for this, by the way. I can't really talk about too much, but I will tell you guys about what I can tell you guys about. All right, so that's how this is gonna work. But basically, I had to play it twice. The first time I felt like I was playing a red bar the whole time. The entire time I felt like I had a horrible connection, which is possible. That is something that can happen even on the LAN. I know a lot of the pros are actually getting disconnected during the games they were playing on the LAN during the tournament at CoD Champs. It is possible because it's not full LAN. It's not 100% all local area connection. It's or local area network. It's really weird. It's really weird how it works on these current generation of consoles. So it's possible that happened. And another thing is, I swear to you, this is what happened. I have a witness. I went through every single controller configuration and they did not have my settings. They didn't have tactical flipped or even default flipped, which is, I play in tactical flipped, which if you don't know what that means, it flips the triggers. So L1 is now L2 and L2 is now L1. So aim and shoot are basically the top two paddles, and then the grenade and tacticals are now your triggers. Because I like to play claw, and I can't play claw with the actual triggers on the PS4. I have to do it with the bumpers, and it works a lot better if you're able to flip them. It was not there. I swear it was not there. The second day, it was there. I was able to play claw, and the connection, the game felt way smoother than it did the first day. So I don't know what was up. I don't know if it was just a bad station or what, but it was a much better experience overall. So now we're going to go into pros and cons. I'm going to start with the bad. All right, because a lot of people love the negativity in the community. They, for some reason, love drama. So we're going to go into the bad first, in which there isn't too much. There aren't too many bad things that I experienced. And then we'll get into the good, and then I'll give you guys my conclusion. So anyway, let's hop into it. I felt like there was a lot of motion blur. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm pretty sure you can. I noticed it when I was playing the videos back, even my computer here at home, that there seemed to be a lot of motion blur, and I didn't like that at all. It felt weird on my eyes. It took a little bit to adjust. I did eventually adjust to it, but it felt really weird on my eyes. It felt like I couldn't focus on things quite as quickly, and I didn't like that. But talking to a couple of the devs and the community manager, it sounds like something that might be an option in the game at the full release, or it might not even be there at all during the release, except for in campaign, because in campaign, you know, it makes sense. You want it to look as good as possible, and if you want, and adding a motion blur effect can actually add to the immersiveness to it. But with multiplayer, you're not really looking for that. You're looking for competitiveness, and with that motion blur, it just kind of takes you out of it. I really didn't like it very much, but it sounds like they might be changing that up by the time the game is actually released. Another thing I didn't really like was there are too many explosives. There are so many different types of grenades and tacticals and things that'll blow up and kill you or kill your enemies, and it's just there's just too many. It's kind of annoying. It's very frustrating. They might nerf some of them. I don't know. I didn't really talk to any devs about this one, but I just felt like there were way too many explosives, and a couple other people definitely agree with me on that one. Another thing is the colors. This is more of a personal thing, because I have a lot of friends who like the looks of Infinity Ward games. They like the more grittiness, the more washed out look, but I don't. The colors seemed washed out. They seemed a little bland. It seemed very grayscale, and I'm not a big fan of that. I like the colors to be a bit vibrant. I like the Black Ops 3 style of things, the Black Ops 2 style of things, where the colors are very bright and very fun to look at. That's something that helps with the longevity of the game for me, and I feel like it's less of a grind when I'm looking at something I see as colorful or pretty or whatnot. But a lot of people do like the gritty look of like the grayscaled washout colors, so that's more of a personal opinion. And I also felt like when I was playing, I noticed it last when I was watching the video back, but it was still there, but it seemed film grainy. Like they have like a film grain filter on it, Now, I'm not sure if that was intentional or if that was the monitors or what, or if it's something that's just there temporarily because maybe they didn't render it out in full 1080 or something. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I didn't like it. There seemed to be a film grain, and I don't like film grains. I always turn that setting off whenever a game has it. And another thing is the gun seemed a wee bit too futuristic. Now, me, I give a lot of leeway for futuristic weapons. As long as they're still based in realism around Call of Duty, I'm cool with that. Now, if the game is intentionally like laser beams and stuff like that, that's different. But this game's not intentionally that. They tried to kind of meld a lot of the weapons in together for futuristic stuff. So like there's like guns that seem to fire laser bullets. They don't fire laser beams, but like laser bullets. Or at least that's what it kind of looks like. It's just different colored bullets or something. I don't know. But it kind of wasn't as cool to me, or wasn't as fun to me. It actually did bother me just a tiny bit. It didn't make me enjoy the game less. It's just something I threw in there, and I know a lot of people have issues with the futuristic settings and stuff like that, especially with guns and whatnot. But I really felt like it was just a tad bit too much. The previous games, I've never felt that way, but this time, just a tad too bit futuristic. But that's pretty much all of it for the bad stuff. Like, there really wasn't much else that I could really gripe on. The map seemed really great, so nothing about the maps or anything. So let's hop into the good. All right, felt very familiar, very, very similar to Black Ops 3 movement. It felt like Black Ops 3 with a few pounds on it. That's what it felt like. It was a little bit clunkier, and not in a bad way. I know clunky is usually a bad thing, but it felt pretty good. Like, it felt almost kind of more realistic, but in a good way. Not in a way like Battlefield realistic, but like a way that makes sense. You seem like the boost jump doesn't make you go as high. You don't go as fast while doing it. The wall run seems to be, you need to be a little bit more precise and a little bit more heavy, which is kind of cool. I like that as well. It all felt very good, to be honest, and there was really no adaptation I really needed to make from Black Ops 3 to Infinite Warfare. So that was really good. There's also a couple other realism features that they added. Nothing too crazy, but like I noticed in one of Prestige's gameplays, he also mentioned this, I think, in one of his videos, that somebody had a laser sight and they looked right at him and there was a red lens flare that popped up on his screen. Now, it wasn't like super blinding. It wasn't like Battlefield laser sights where you can't see a goddamn thing. God dang, those are so annoying. But it was still there, and it was still a little bit distracting, and I kind of liked that. I think it was a cool little feature added to the immersiveness to it without being too intrusive on my experience. So I really liked it. Another thing, a cool thing about it is that it's going to launch with PS4 Pro support. I don't know what they're going to do with it. If it's going to be 4K or upscaled to 4K, or if it's going to run better, I don't know. Look better, who knows? But they did announce it is going to support PS4 Pro, so that's kind of cool. So if you're planning on upgrading your PS4 soon, there's that for you guys. Another good reason for it. Another thing is it seemed pretty dang balanced. There really wasn't too much stuff. I used a lot of different guns. I experienced death by a lot of different guns. There was maybe some submachine guns. Submachine guns felt a little bit better than ARs, but ARs didn't feel useless either. There was a 3-burst gun that felt like an M8, but it wasn't like... It was a little bit slower, but it was just as powerful. I felt like I could do damage with it. It was pretty solid all around for balanced stuff, other than a few too many explosives, like I said before. The streaks are pretty cool, but they're all familiar. We've all seen them before. They're just remakes on those streaks, basically, is all it really was. And then we have the maps, which were small, but well laid out from what I experienced. You guys are going to see some gameplay in here of a game or of a map I didn't get to play, which is like this iceberg one. But other than the ones I did play, it seemed really well laid out. Terminal felt different. It didn't feel like Terminal, but it still was a decent map for the game. So all around, it was pretty solid. So I guess in closing, experiencing this game and playing it, especially the second time, really made me a lot more hopeful for this year. It's going to be a lot better than I thought it was going to be, which is good. Like, I thought it was going to be okay, but it's actually a lot better than I thought. I'm definitely going to play it a lot more. I'll probably hit max prestige on Infinite Warfare, to be honest. I probably will. And another thing is it makes me even more excited to make content, because we're going to have 2 Call of Duties to make good content for. You guys are going to get a lot of content for both CoD 4 Remastered and Infinite Warfare. I do have videos for CoD 4 Remastered coming here pretty soon, so you guys keep in tune, or yeah, that. Stay frosty for those videos. On top of that, we also have Zombies in Spaceland, which I'm super excited about because that was probably my favorite thing from the event. It was so much freaking fun. Other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. Why do the graphics look like PS2 graphics? You're lying to yourself. Shut up. Stop lying. It's bad for you. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you guys have not, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, the like button, and I will see you guys tomorrow or the next day, sometime in the next video. Peace.